Hi, Ben. Welcome to BizTalk. That's my great pleasure having you with me today. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. I'm also very much appreciative for your welcome to this Zoom show, this show.
Thank you, Ben. The pleasure is mine. So let's talk a little bit about yourself, your background, who you are, what you've done in your past.
Actually, I'm a Kenyan, born in a village. I also moved to the urban center of the Nairobi city of Kenya. And this is where I came to learn of how a slum people find life very difficult, especially the youth. I've lived to see how youth really venture into a very dirty ventures, criminal activities, all sorts of social economic evils, just because of high rate of unemployment in our country. So at least that moved me to see how our community can come up with something to be able to sort out the insecurity in our area and also high rate of unemployment among our youth. And that led me to come up with the idea of starting a non-profit organization that can help our youth make it more accessible to access training, practical training in the technical vocational fields that can enable them acquire skills to start their own employment. So I venture into entrepreneurship and more into social enterprise that can empower our community at large.
Thank you, Ben. I really appreciate this kind of activity and the way how you guys are trying to help your community, and make the new generations, and not only the new generation, but also the one who are already fighting and struggling to get a better life. So I really thank you. Let's talk about your organization, okay? Your non-profit. How
Yes.
exactly are you managing, and what actually do you want to achieve?
Actually, we have a structure, we have a body that is helping me as a CEO. We have a financial manager who is also helping me trying to find how to mobilize resources to be able to run the organization. We have two guys on board. We have our secretary, our financial manager, and also we have field staff on the ground who are also helping us mobilize the business community. Majorly, we target the business community that is doing technical businesses, those that venture in technical vocational businesses, as in mechanicals, tailoring, welding, carpentry, hairdressing, all those vocationals. We reach out to the business community, we bring them on board, we register them, we recruit them as our members, and eventually we link them with the needy youth, the vulnerable youth who have no money to be able to go to training. We link them with them. Thereafter, they get training at their workplaces. So basically, we use volunteers, volunteers who own their own business, their own jobs. So what we majorly do is to link up the needy youth who are in need of skills,
Yeah.
so that they can be trained. They get apprenticeship. Some of them get attachment, job attachment, and also they get entrepreneurial skills. That would mean after the training, they are able to start their own businesses. They are able to employ themselves. So majorly our organization called Jitolee Voluntary Service Association Kenya, or JVSA Kenya, it is a body of volunteers from the technical business community in our country, from all over the region. So we link our youth who are needy, who have no skills, whether they are from college, schools, or other places. We absorb them, then we empower them at the workplaces. So majorly our training is done at the workplaces. Some of them are absorbed right at the workplace,
Mhm.
They get their job there. Once they qualify, after the apprenticeship period, they get their jobs. They're just right there and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you are teaching and mentoring these guys, I suppose also more adults as well. They want to get into the business
Yes.
community and start a venture or their business, whatever it is. But uh, how do you recruit these mentors, these people helping you to do so? And are they coming? You say they are from Kenya. Are you going to think to
Yes.
get something from outside Kenya, maybe outside Africa, to enhance to having more skills to be taught?
Exactly. Now, what we do, the process of recruiting the mentors or the volunteer mentors, we reach out to them, the business owners, that is. We identify business owners who run business in the technical vocational fields, as I mentioned, in our area, in the locality, majorly in the slum areas, urban slums, majorly, where it's accessible for these youth. We identify the business community. Once we identify a person who is in the business community with such skills, we reach out, we sell the idea, the need to help the idle youth. We try to, we try to help them understand the need for our community to come in, engage our youth, so that they can be able to be of help to us, useful, instead of being idle in the community and eventually being a nuisance to the community. So once we sell the idea to them, whoever is willing to come on board, we register the person, he becomes a member, we take down the details, the professions, and all the documentations that pertains to his business.
So these are kind of internships, right? They do inside
Exactly.
the businesses, and so the business community is coming together, helping you to train new entrepreneurs, right? Or maybe others employees, you never know, you know? Maybe they can
Exactly.
be hired in the same business they are training. And
Exactly.
now we know very well that being an entrepreneur is not just about I want to be, but I need, of course, the skills and I need some. I do need some money. Depending on the kind of business you want to start, you need more or less money. But anyway, you need some money. How do you get? Let's say you have, I don't know, 50 youngsters trained. They actually decide to get the business by themselves. How do you help this guy? How do you get the money? How these youngsters can get some money to start?
Well, since our initiative is young, it's at baby stage. So far, we've been engaging our volunteer trainers to be able to help them get jobs elsewhere or absorb them right at their places. As we also envision looking for sourcing for funds, we are trying to do resource mobilization through local companies or philanthropists around. We are trying to reach them to do fundraising so that we can be able to get funds to be able to give startups to these youth who are now qualified and they have nowhere to go.
What's the age of these guys coming to your training?
Yes, the average age is between 16 to 35. That is the range. We range between 16 years to 35 years.
Yeah, that's why you need some money, right? Because if I'm 25 and coming to train myself and maybe I decide I want to be employed, actually I want to employ someone, you need some cash. So I work in, as you said before, you said, in somehow that philanthropists are helping you and community is coming together and helping you, but probably it's not going to be enough. Are you going to work with impact investment funds that can have more money? And there are quite few. They're very focused now in Africa, and they're very focused in social impact, okay? Not only environment, but social, making the people, the life of the people better. Can be financial inclusion, can be any kind of help. How do you reach this guy? Would you like to reach them? I do believe so.
Of course, that is in our plan of strategizing on how to source for funds and also resources. We are trying to do proposals here and there to the CSR departments of local companies and NGOs around. And also, as you said, investing companies that can also be able to invest in us, maybe in terms of loaning, giving us grants, so that we can loan our trainees to have startups. Then, as they endeavor in their businesses, they are able to give back the money to the organization, and of course, a portion for the organization and the interest for the loaning or the granting company.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure we already talk about the kind of businesses, but can you be more precise? Exactly today, which are the businesses be part of your community giving you help to train these guys?
Well, we majorly target those in the welding and fabrication mechanical industry, those in the also the cyber techs industry, computer colleges or training centers, the cyber technology centers. We also target those in the carpentry industry, furniture making. We also reach out to the hairdressers in the business community. We go to the plumbers, electricians, electronics repairs, those who do electronics repair, ranging from TV, phones, radio, and all those electronics, and many others who are in the technical fields. We reach also tailoring, dress or fashion industry. We reach them. Yes, all those.
I mean, my mind goes to healthcare. We know perfectly how important you had two pillars in keep the people in the economy going: healthcare and education. Okay.
Exactly.
Inside these two pillars, how are you going to enhance? How are you going to improve? How are you going to make these guys be willing to learn how to be a doctor one day or how to be a teacher one day? Because without knowledge and without health, we can't go anywhere.
Well, we can also incorporate the guys in the healthcare, like the clinics around, dispensaries and the hospitals around. We also have the plan to reach them in future, so that the ones who are having good education, we can be able to sponsor them. Those who have the interest, the vision to be nurses, doctors, and all those in the health field, we like to sponsor them. As long as we get funds, as long as the funds are available, we can be able to sponsor their interests so that they further their skills in terms of health issues.
What about how is I mean, I'm not aware how the school system is in Kenya, but Africa is moving forward, is getting out, taking off and improving, right? Becoming more developing, when I hope one day we'll be a developed country. So how is your school system? And do you think you can have any kind of interaction with schools, if private or public?
Well, the school interactions is that we also have the policy and the project of reaching out to schools. We mentor them. We have we have counseling sessions. We are planning to have counseling sessions for youth to prepare them for the outside world, life after school, so that they don't just come out of school with a different mindset. You know, in Kenya, majorly, people prefer, most youth are brought up with the mentality of only envisioning white collar jobs.
Okay.
That will mean they don't like blue collar jobs, working in the blue collar industries in the informal sector. So we would like to reach to the school communities so that the curriculum can be able to prepare the youth for outside world, for technical skills also to be able to maneuver life, because in Kenya there is high rate of unemployment, and those who only study for office jobs, they are not able to acquire jobs easily. So they end up getting miserable, dejected, and also resorting into suicide and all evil things. So like the schools to be able to prepare them to be all-round people, flexible, those who can work in offices at the same time, they can also work in the technical field. They can do all the jobs. So we like to incorporate such kind of counseling and processing of our youth to be able to be ready for the outside world.
For the reality, okay? Because job is not white collars, and job is everything. We do need plumbers, we do need instructions, we need to do everything, right? And so we can't just work with white collars. Also because honestly, be sitting in the office every day, I don't know how exciting sometimes can be. Anyway, we need to build up the economy wherever we are. I'm very in somehow it's very similar how it is in Africa and how it is in Europe, America, where everyone is dreaming to be sitting in the office. But actually, I have to be honest, if you come to Europe, I will tell you the average wage of a white collar is probably half for a plumber. So you make much more money be a plumber than be in office. That's true. And many times you benefit the community more be a plumber than be and also be in office, but also you will reward yourself more. Let's put it this way.
Interesting. You can employ that in Kenya, that technique of the salary wage, the wage.
That's true. I mean, I remember I called my plumber, the plumber for come to fix in my apartment. He charged me so much. I said, wow, you are more expensive than a doctor, which is, I can understand you make a decent money. So give back this to your guys, and maybe they will change their mind that they can go back to some.
We can borrow that. I can borrow that.
They think be a plumber is a poor job. Actually, it's not at all.
Thank you.
Now, how do you envision the help that philanthropists and impact funds or whoever is going to invest in impact is improving the life of the people, right? How do you envision the way how these people should help you? Give you the money, of course, give you skills and the vision. How do you think this?
Well, basically, there are two ways of approach. We will approach them in terms of fundraising, and also we also give an approach of proposals in terms of resources, whereby we present our budget of need in terms of the facilities that our mentors need. Also, at the same time, the facilities that our trainees need. Not always money, but also in terms of facilities. Sometimes, for example, we can reach for those in the hairdressing area or the plumbers, electricians. There are tools that they need. They might not necessarily give money, but they can provide the tools that are available at their disposal. At times, you can reach a company that is doing the metal industry. The metal industry can be very much beneficial to our welders. And also, also they had the salon industry, the hair industries, they can be beneficial to our salonists. So we give it such kind of approach. We look at the industry that our mentors are their consumers of their products.
Okay.
So we look at it in that area.
So in your basket of entrepreneurs, companies helping you, you see the need of them to train your guys and the guys come into your, let's say, in your organization, also in the course that you are developing for them. And after this, what you are going to ask to the philanthropists and funds and whoever is coming to help you. At the same time, I was saying, I do not like using help as a word, because that's not about help. That's about helping, which is again help. But my concept is about try to make Africa one day independent. If Africa one day will be independent, all the world will benefit from it.
Exactly.
It's a huge country with a huge potential. And we all know why Africa today it is where it is, because maybe it's also our fault. And but say that I mean, I think we have been covering quite a few very important topics. How many organizations, foundations like yourself are in Kenya and Africa as a whole?
Yeah, for example, okay, we have government institutions like in every region, every county, 47 counties. We have government institutions, and also we have other private sector NGOs running almost similar to our organization, about even 50. So ours is just also one of the technical organizations that we are running. But depending on the countries, the number is so huge of the youth, and we still find that even with this institution, still there are a lot of youth who are idling around. They are having actually nothing to do. They are engaging in criminal activities. Yeah.
That's the problem. And this is what we need to sort it out. Because a better condition keeps down criminality, make the life of these young boys much, much better. And so on the life for everyone.
Yeah.
Are you going to work with the other foundations, the organizations, or you are all independent? Do you have any plan to work together one day?
Well, we also have such plans to work with other organizations, since on our part, you realize that this is where we are different and unique. Our organization basically measures on practical trainings at work done at workplaces, whereas the other all remaining organizations, they have the formal, the conventional kind of training, whereby a lot of theory is done in class. So we would really like to partner so that we complement the area of need that requires practical trainings. We realize that from college, these youth require practical trainings. That's why they are sent out for attachments or internships. So when they come to our organization, we like to complement. We provide that practical skills. So this is where we are unique. Basically, we provide just practical skills.
How many youngsters do you have now?
Since 2019, we are 2 years down the line now, and we have 160 youngsters whom we are engaging in this practical training.
How many businesses
so far have been able to mobilize 178 businesses in the Nairobi region. So far, it's a pilot study that I'm doing in Nairobi city.
Okay.
So majorly, the 178 are in Nairobi city.
So let me closing this beautiful conversation with asking you, I mean, what would you like to say to the people who are listening us, and how and why they should help you?
Well, my passion has been that the community be part of the solution to the problems facing the community. Many a times in African countries, people have let the government to be the solution for everything, but that cannot be the case. So I would really like to call upon the community, so that they can come up, join hands together. We do not be dependent on the government, but be independent, be solution to our own problems, face our problems together, join up, mobilize, be it fundings, be it ideas, supporting in ventures like these ones, so that we can be able to be independent and not just a community that relies majorly entirely on the government or maybe donors. So that is my appeal, so that we can be able to bring funds together, the philanthropies, those with ideas, those with other ways of, trying to bring solutions to the common problems like the insecurity in our area, political problems. You realize even politicians, they will manipulate our youth and the community just because people are entirely dependent on them. But if we will not be dependent on them, we will be very much up to speed.
I agree, Ben. You can't rely on public.
Exactly.
Completely. So you can't completely think that public is going to fix everything, because they will never have happened in any country in this world. Developing or developed, this is not going to happen. And so having a private sector is so beneficial for the economy, for the life of the people, because we know perfectly how politics work. We are not going to talk about politics because we are completely out of politics. But again, private sector is crucial, is vital to the economy, to the life of the people. So I'm very happy you had this kind of approach, and I'm pretty sure you will find people, organizations, impact funds, charity, where they are, to come and join force and help you.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I don't know if I can share some pictures or clips.
Sure, of course.
So that is the hairdressing shop. All right. This was a conference that we had. The young ones, the trainees dancing. This is a barbering shop. This one is an electronic shop. Okay. This one is a tailoring shop. The fashion guys, That was the youth conference that we had. This is a mechanical garage. This is the banner. So the banner that entails all the activities that we do.
Beautiful.
These are a workshop garage for vehicle repairs. Yeah. So these are the kind of businesses that we have around that are helping us in mentoring these youth. So we basically offer practical training, as we said. Thank
Ben, you. I really thank you for coming to our BizTalk. Really, thank you very much. And I really hope you can get ahead with your project, helping more youngsters, helping your community, and hope people can come and help you as well, and give you the skills, the money, the tools and knowledge to move on.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the show. Have a nice day.